What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel for a rare third round of the day back here. Continuing on with the PGA Tour schedule. Reason why it's a rare round because I did right before this the Riverwalk Skills Challenge, which is a shorter one, just kind of walking you guys through what's available there. And then I did Candyland, which I was anticipating. I thought that was going to be a full 18-hole course, but it was actually only, there was two options for a junior course, which is really short, or a par 3. So I played the par 3, and it was pretty quick, pretty easy course. So I went inside just to make sure that I had enough storage for the camera, went and backed up that footage, and then had a quick protein bar, came back out, and I'm just going to do this last one because swing actually felt decent. Those are famous last words because I'll probably fall apart here, but I was anticipating that Candyland course to be able to be like a driver full 18 type of course. So I want to basically, I've just been hitting, I did some weird like punch shots and a bunch of wedges with that TP or the Riverwalk, and then I basically just hit all wedges pretty much for that par 3 course. So want to hit driver, want to hit some long irons, play an actual course. But for this one, like I said, continuing on with the PGA Tour schedule, we are playing within GSPro, River Highlands Country Club in Cromwell, Connecticut, aka TPC River Highlands, home of the Travelers Championship, going on from June 20th to June 23rd, again in Cromwell, Connecticut. So actually not too far. New England course, not too far from me. I'm not exactly sure how far, probably about an hour, but cool to play in a New England course here, and we'll see how we do. So real quick for the rundown, everything's linked down below in the description. I'd appreciate if you guys check out those links, not only for these individual things, but anything golf related, just any of your regular Amazon purchases. I get a small affiliate commission if you guys click one of those links and then go through with it, whatever you're going to buy, whether it's something golf related, something for your house, clothing, food, whatever. Doesn't cost you guys a penny extra. Great way to support the channel at no additional cost. I just get that small affiliate commission for referring the traffic instead of Amazon themselves keeping it. But just keep that in mind, I would appreciate it. Garmin Approach R10 behind me on a DIY level stand. I turned that off right when I went in for about 10-15 minutes. Didn't try not to move it at all, but I may have to adjust it if I moved it just slightly with the alignment, but still should be good. We should have plenty of power. I charge that every single time I come out, so that should be fine. Garmin Approach R10, kind of the brains of the operation, DIY level stand. Country Club Elite mat, Callaway Super Fast balls. I had one casualty into the woods during that Riverwalk challenge. I shanked my approach wedge off the Hosel, missed the net for the first time since putting up these new ones, so gonna have to go try to find that again. Took about 5 minutes in between the first and the Riverwalk and the Candyland. Wasn't able to find it. Not that it was a new ball anyways, but kind of unfortunate when you lose a ball in your own yard. But DIY stance mat, 10x7 nets, and GSPro you're seeing as the simulator software. Also kind of the brains of the operation, but on my gaming laptop. So without further ado, first hole, playing the furthest back tees like always. Recommended course conditions. Assuming that Candyland course I just played had really soft greens. I'm sure these aren't. I didn't check exactly. Actually, I can look at the scorecard, I think, and it'll tell me at the bottom. Just curious, it's going to be a little bit of an adjustment. So greens are normal, fairways are normal. At least they're not super firm. But compared to the soft greens, I just played with that par 3. Not going to land soft, and there's going to be more rollout here. But first hole, par 4, 434, down 10 yards. Take a look at this flyover as I tee up driver. First couple swings. Been out here a little while now, but first couple swings, considering I just took a break, maybe a little interesting, but hopefully pretty nice again. About 70-75, pretty humid, so should be able to loosen back up again pretty quick and hopefully hit some decent shots. But let's get off to a good start here with the old Sim 2. Play a little fade, aim up the left side. No excuses with the wedges. I hit plenty of wedges before this, so. Alright, that's actually gonna. Oh, Garmin didn't get it. That would have. It was dead center of the face, just a little bit high, and I released my hands on that. That probably would have been a baby draw up the left, possibly into the rough, but we gotta do it again. Been having some no reads today, more than usual. I don't know why. Take 2. Also up the left side. That was further off the heel. That's going to draw even more. Into the rough, swung it at 99 again. I think I'm going to need a little bit of a warm-up, kind of loosening up these first couple holes, but hopefully we'll get into it, put up a halfway decent score by the end of it. Into the rough we go. We're on an upslope, which is good. It's going to come out left. We've got 175. The rough is going to play 6%. So call that maybe 8-10 yards. So we're up to like 185, 186. I think I'm going to hit a 7. It's going to kill some spin, but it's going to come out left, which is fine. I'm actually going to aim a little bit further that way. We'll see what happens with the 7 here. Swing felt good when I came out. I got a couple pitching wedges. I flushed right off the bat when I did my warm-up, just to align things when I first came out. Hit a couple pitching wedges in the 140s. I don't know if those are in the cards anymore, but pulled one, hit it a little bit thin left, and actually rolled out to like 150 on the range before. So we'll see with some of these distances. Hit it pretty good. A little bit thin and a little bit heely, but that should be there. And it is. Today coming out, I just wanted to still focus on that release a little bit more. I'm not releasing my hands quite as well as I would have hoped. Pretty decent shot there though, but just focusing on extending, kind of locking out my left arm just a little bit to hopefully stabilize kind of strike location and consistency just a little bit, versus having it just a little bit more bent and loose. You can kind of manipulate things a little bit more, so a little bit better consistency and strike location it seems like. And I just want to have the feeling of keeping my back towards the target for just a tad bit longer on the transition and kind of downswing coming through, just to aid a little bit more of coming from the inside versus coming more over the top, early extending, getting up and out of it too early. But all those things together don't all come together on every single shot, but been striking it pretty good so far today, so see if that still remains the case. But again, famous last words. Usually swing feels good and I have kind of higher expectations and I play worse than when I come out here and I'm not feeling 100% and I piece together a decent round. But even through one, second hole, par 4, 340. Take a look at this flyover, up 13 yards I think. Don't love that stupid tree there, but I guess, I mean, PGA type of course, they're going to put stuff like that that catches your eye and you have to go up, around, and over. Especially from these furthest back tees, but alright. So I usually aim up the left. That tree's right there, which I don't love. Shorter par 4, so we're actually going to aim here and I just got to try to keep it straight. I may end up blocking, slicing, pushing it out to the right into that rough, but I'd rather be over there and 250 plus out there versus hitting it right off this tree. A little bit thin and heely again. 145, 104. Kind of a low line drive up the right. We're in the fairway though. I don't know. That one felt a little funky coming off. Ball's still, I mean, it's pretty beat up. I thought possibly we may have had a crack there. A couple dimples look a little bit funky, but that one felt like kind of a swing when I did that, if you guys remember, last year or the year before, whenever that was, my Callaway Super Fast, how many driver swings it would take to crack it. That one felt kind of similar. It was just like almost a little bit softer and it felt like the ball may have split a little bit when I hit it, but we're in play. 245 because of that upslope, but 95 left. Gonna come out a little bit left, that's fine. We're gonna aim there. It's just gonna be a choke down approach wedge. Again, had hit approach wedge on like 75% of those shots on the par 3 before, so I've had a fair amount of practice today with this. Should be decent. Maybe a little bit too much. Stay on the green. 105. That's my distance control problem with this club. like probably 7, 8 times out of 10 come up longer than what I'm looking for. At least I'm hitting it good. Like that's a good strike. It's just flew it a little bit too much. So now we got a little 11-yard tester to try to save par. It's going to come out left, or at least we're on an upslope, which is good, but the green's sloping a decent amount from left to right. So we're going to aim there. It's going to come out a little bit left too, and just try to fly it maybe 8, 9, 10 yards, somewhere in there. Let it roll out a little bit. A little bit scuffy, but oh, sit. All right, we got it to work. Save par, I believe, and we did. Kind of drop kicked that a little bit, but still even. On to third hole we go, which is a par 4, 428 yarder. Take a look at this flyover. Another, obviously, I can't say I've had a course so far that's been not great graphics. Another really good one here. Funny enough, Pebble Beach, I wasn't super impressed with that one. Still really good, but some of the detail on these, especially on, I'm on the ultra settings on, I'm on 1080p ultra screen recording in 4K, just because my laptop screen here, it's a gaming computer and it's a 1080p laptop screen, and I would have liked to, maybe I'll figure it out eventually, but play in 4K. Not that there'd be a huge difference, but just the detail of like all like these, the rough, the reeds, the trees and everything, really detailed and looks great. We'll probably leave it there, honestly. Don't love that tree there again, but just a tad low in the face. It's gonna fade, but hit halfway decent. 104, 146, rolling out with these firmer fairways. 275, got 23 yards of rollout, which is a lot, but gotta play the course. I've been clicking every single time now the course recommended settings. I mean, I could change it to like softer fairways and softer greens, which is more what I play around here, and we get a lot less rollout. That would have been, what did I carry that? 238 according to the Garmin, 252 in the game, so that probably would have been more in line with like a 260 kind of average type of shot. That was hit decent, so, but kind of is what it is. You want to play the courses the way the course designers originally intended them. So 156 left, should be just a good stock 9 here. It's going to come out a little bit left, which is fine. This may fade. Hopefully I didn't aim too far left, but just trying to put a good swing on the 9, and we'll see if we get inside the inner circle. But if I put a halfway decent strike on it, it'd be enough to be on the green somewhere. Oh, bend it. Get a bounce. Oh, we got a bounce, but not quite enough. All right, we got this for par. So much for hitting it decent enough to be on the green. We were close, but no cigar. 11 yards. It's gonna come out a little bit left, so aim just a touch right there, and looking for 8, 9 or so yards of carry. Let it roll out just a bit. I was hoping, a lot of these are brand new nets. This was the only one I reused. I put this over this middle section just to catch it. There's some wear spots in there, but my eye was catching the wear spot in that base net. I was hoping this new one already didn't have it in there, but not the best chip in the world, but enough to get it inside that inner circle for par. So we're even through 3. Fourth hole, par 4, 483. Day like this, swinging it decent. We'll see how I'm feeling on the back 9, but could possibly get into that rare territory of 4 rounds back here. Granted, the first one was just like a skills challenge, and I was just kind of slapping things around, trying different shots to show you guys what's capable there. The other one was just a par 3, so that was more of like a warm-up round if anything. This is the first real one, so I think my body could probably handle one more round, but we'll see. Aim right there. Up the left, 150 ball speed. Not swinging at the quickest club speed, but making good contact. 278 on the rollout. I am in love with this Sim 2, as opposed to that Stealth 2. Not that that was a terrible driver by any means, but just for whatever reason couldn't click with it, and I'm back to hitting things a lot more solid with that. Still may find a, ideally I could find a cheap driver head only, just for a backup. It gets tougher to find. You find something you like and they stop making it. Tougher to find stuff after the fact, so if I can find a really good deal on a lightly used, pretty good condition driver head for a reasonable price, I may just put one in the in the basement, just on ice, if you will, kind of keep it as a backup just in case that thing, something happens to it. But leaves us with 215, up about 2 yards, so I'm gonna go 5-iron. We'll see. It's gonna come out right. We're gonna aim there. This will probably fade on top of it. This is gonna have to be a well-struck 5. I could probably go 4, but we'll see if I can get this at least to the front. Caught it just a tad heavy, hit it pretty good. Did not have it fading that much, but we're pin high right. That would have got there. That felt like a pretty good strike. Started left. And we aimed left. I thought that would have been a little bit better. That Garmin had that as like a 20-30 yard fade slice, but in any event, 26 yards to save par. I'm gonna come out left, and we're on a downslope. So aim here, and hopefully we get the distance right with the 60. I can feel a sneeze coming with this pollen. I can feel it. Between that, I'm sure I probably swallowed a couple more mayflies. Between the pollen and the mayflies, I can just feel it like in the back of my throat. Alright, 30 yards, 60. I may need to go a little bit. Yeah, took too much off of it. It was straight, but first bogey brings us to 1 over. Still not a bad swing by any means, just took too much off it. Need to hit that a little bit more. Alright, 1 over through 4. 5th hole, par 3, 223. Well, talk about to possibly hit the 4. This is going to have to be a 4. If I strike it good, usually play that 5-iron to about 210, 215, and this 4-iron. Seems like they kind of get bunched up, both lofts and kind of distance-wise at the top of the bag or the bottom of the bag, whatever, the longer clubs. But if I hit it good, about 225, so we'll see. This will definitely fade. Put it a little bit up in my stance. Hit it halfway decent, but a little bit chunky. That's gonna have to go a little bit better though. That's kind of how I had the that 5-iron. I thought it would have started a little bit left, came back. That one ended up pretty straight. The other one I think may have been a slight misread from the Garmin, a little bit too much fade on it, but a little bit chunky, a little bit high in the face, but we got it there. What was the total on that? Granted, we got some rollout, 219. That's probably not super far off from what that would be in real life, because I carried it, Garmin had it at 195 in the game because of the elevation and whatever else, 205. So softer greens, softer fairways, that probably would have been like a 210, 215 shot instead of 219. But that's to be expected with hit that just a little bit heavy, so not bad. 1 over through 5, 6th hole, par 5, 587. See if we can possibly get a bird here. A lot of trees though. Don't love this tree right here that we're flying over, but if I started left and fade it, I should be able to get around that. I think when I was starting to do these PGA courses, closer to when they were actually being played, I'm playing this one pretty far out just because I have a Florida trip coming up. I want to kind of stockpile some rounds back here, and then as soon as I get back, like 2 days later, I have a bachelor party to go to. All that to say, I think they'll probably update this with like all the Travelers logos and like grandstands and stuff. At least it seems like they do that for most of them, but I think I'm too far out from when I'm playing this to when they would actually do that. I think it's usually like a couple days before, the week before. But if you guys end up playing this or see someone else play it closer to when the Travelers is going on, you may see some cool grandstands and logos and whatnot. Oh, that was thin on the face and left. And luckily, so we had a couple no reads on some decent ones. That was a not so great one, and we got a no read. So like I say, it usually evens itself out. That was pretty low and pretty heely. Would have been fine. Would have been kind of a low worm burner up the left, probably faded back right, but we get a second go at it. All right, that one's gonna overfade, but at least it was dead center of the club face. Oh, don't block us out. All right, into the rough. Do we have a look? Kind of, not really. Oh, it's a dog leg right too. We're kind of blocked out. Well, decision time. That sucks. I may have to hit a punch 4. So ideally, I would like to go left. I mean, go to the, hit it just like straight up to the right and kind of cut this corner. I could get stupid and play it through there, but that's asking for trouble. I could blast my 3-wood through there. We are 1 over, so we got a decent round. I think I'm just going to take my medicine. There's a gap. I'm going to take my medicine. I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to bring this back, and I have it aimed at, it's jumping back over there. I tried to bring it back. I want to know, trying to see. So that's the fairway up there. In between the bunkers, 165. Whatever, I'm just going to go there and hit a punch 4. This is the type of shot where I'll probably still catch trees and not hit it great, and wish I would have just blasted through the trees with a 3-wood, but this is the better course management percentage play. Low punch 4 iron out of here. Hold it left, and Garmin had that fading right. And we hit the tree and we're going backwards. Well, that's one way to get into the fairway. That definitely, it probably would have faded, but that started lower and left. That should have gone around those trees. Garmin had that kind of a block right. All right, well, at least we're out. Now we're going to be struggling we're fighting for par and bogey here at this point. Luckily it's a par 5, so we're hitting 3. Leaves us with 307. We still got to go out this way. So there would be good. Those trees may be an issue again, but gonna hit 3-wood up there. Hopefully hit a halfway decent one and have a wedge left, hitting 4. Try to save par. It's gonna fade. Did we get through? Oh, we got through. That was hit decent. Into the bunker, but how far did that go? 257? Left the club face a little bit open, but that was solid contact. Seems like my little left arm extension technique I'm doing is working out. I'm hitting things pretty solid. Could just be a good day for ball striking, but that seems to be helping. All right, 50 yards out of a bunker. I guess this is a fairway bunker. I mean, it's definitely green side would be up here. So fairway bunker is going to play anywhere from 5 to 10%. We're on an upslope, and it's going to come out right. So it shouldn't be too bad. It's a dynamic 5 to 10% based on your lie and the amount of loft and club you hit out of here. So it's going to come out right. We're going to aim here, and I'm going to go, we got like 51 total. I'm going to go 56 and just try to hit it in the neighborhood of 50, 55. Oh, bended and pushed it right. On the green though. Alright, that's going to be a bogey, I think. That came out pretty far right. That's the problem with opening up these wedges. I gotta open my stance more and swing. Shouldn't be an issue with my natural swing being kind of out to in coming across it, but when I'm opening up that much, I gotta open my stance more and swing even further left. If I'm swinging like that, I tend to push these wedges to the right. They just kind of start right and stay right. Brings us to 2 over. Still not too bad. I'm hopeful we can get 1 or 2 of those back by the end of these holes, but a birdie sooner than later would be nice. 7th hole, par 4, 433. Getting a drink. I did want to show you guys. I consider you guys kind of my golf nerd buddies. So I got a used putter on eBay, similar to, I have a White Smoke TaylorMade. This one is a, let's see if I can get this in here, a Daytona 62 Ghost Tour. It's the White Smoke is, it's short, it's like 32 inches. This one's 33, and I think this is called a slant neck, so it's not quite as much offset as opposed to the full plumber's neck, but basically the same insert. I really like the Pure Roll insert. Pretty similar putter, and I do like the lesser least amount of offset compared to the other one. But the cool thing about this one was it came with a Flat Cat Solution putter grip. If you guys have ever heard of these or seen these, the cool thing about these, so Flat Cat originally came out with ones which their design is, this thing's actually rotated sideways. So let me see, I'm a little bit, usually if you have a standard putting stroke, you would have the flat sides, or a standard grip, you'd have the flat sides here. So the whole point of this is it basically designed to put the face of the putter in your palms, so they say. But I use the claw grip, and luckily enough it came that way. So this is the way they recommended rotating it. So the flat sides are on the front. And the cool thing about the Solution one is this has a 110 gram weight at the bottom. So with some of my putting struggles as of late, you can really tell it stabilizes the face really well, and it's designed to get rid of the yips, so to speak, for short putts. But you can definitely tell the extra weight here. It really stabilizes things really well. So I do like the blade style putters. I would imagine if you had a grip like this and you put it on a mallet, it would be super stable. But just wanted to mention that. Hit a couple hundred putts yesterday when it came. Haven't used it on course yet, but I'm hopeful about that. Putting has by far been my weakest point of my game, but I'm hopeful eventually I hit enough putts, get some confidence going. I'm determined to make that one of my stronger points, if not the strongest point of my game eventually. But little intermission there for showing you my recent purchase. Big fan of the large eBay sellers. Quick Ship Golf is really great. My dad and I have ordered a bunch of stuff from them, but big fan of buying lightly used, even just like decent condition depending on the price, but used clubs on eBay. You can get them for a fraction of the price. They come quick shipping, as the name implies, at least for them. But there's a couple big sellers like Global Golf. I got my old driver from. Recommend sticking to the sellers that have like hundreds of thousands of reviews, and you can generally, if you know what you're looking for, get a good price on stuff and try stuff out, add some things into your bag. All right, 7th hole, par 4, 2 over. That's where I got this driver too. I got it from Quick Ship. Dead center of the cliff face, but oh, another no read. That was super high in the face. That would have been a pop up, a weak, slicey pop up to the right. But we got another no read, so we're getting another shot at it. Alright, that one was a little low in the face, but it was hit better. Still right out of the middle, just low. Definitely better than the first one. Leaves us with 181. Pins in the front, so I guess it's going to be a 7-iron. Aim there, up about a yard. Let me know down in the comments if you guys have ever tried or used one of those flat cat, especially the solution one with the weight. Seems pretty cool, and it felt really, really good on my practice putting mat that I was trying it out on. A little bit thin. It's gonna fade, fading too much. Hit it decent though again. Just coming across it. 10 degrees, if that's in the ballpark of accurate, that's a lot. 10 degrees out to in, coming across it too much. The face, so they say, the face sends it, the path bends it, and my path is way too far. I want to be in the neighborhood of 0 to a slightly closed face, and in the neighborhood of 0 to 3 degrees out to in. But for whatever reason, it seems like my driver, it has it as either pretty neutral or even into out. And then the longer irons, for whatever reason, it reads differently. I don't feel like I'm swinging them that different. It just could be from where I'm standing. But 16 yards out of this greenside bunker. So it's going to play 25%, although the whole spin thing, I can kind of negate it a little bit. It's going to come out left, so we'll aim here, up a yard. So looking in the neighborhood of 15 to 20. Little stabby, but got it to work. Another par, we'll take it. Things are just, helps when you're striking it better. I was in like a 2 or 3 week mini slump of ball striking with my irons. That was last time I came out here 2 days ago. Towards the end of it, started to strike them better, and today I'm striking them significantly better, so that helps. But 2 over still through 7. 8th hole, par 3, 209. Look at the flyover. Ooh, we got water. So that would be an upper end of a 6-iron, but we're going to have to go 5 to make sure we get it over that water, safe and dry. Pins in the back too. This may, if I smash this, may go a little bit long off the back, but we're going to aim here and hopefully just put a smoothish swing on it, get over that water. Then if we have a short little chip, so be it. See, that one felt like a draw swing, and that's fading a ton. That one felt like I released my hands pretty good. Hit it again, hit it decent. It's just, I don't know about that much of a fade. That one, it was pretty good strike location, just a tad heely, but it felt like I released my hands, and that seemed like it was going to start to work its way a little bit left. and Garmin had that a decent amount to the right. Either way, 30 yards left. At least I'm hitting it decent. 29 up a foot. It's going to come out left. We're on a down slope. So we'll go here and looking, I think, for about, we're in the rough, which is going to be 6%, but the downslope and not using an RCT or anything is going to take some spin off. So I think 25-ish yards are in that ballpark is what I'm looking for. Let it roll out once it lands. I may need to go a little bit. Go! Yeah. Popped it up a little bit too much and took too much off of it. Still not a bad swing, it's just didn't judge it quite great. Brings us to 3 over. I mean, for a course like this though, furthest back tees, I'll take, some days I'm not hitting it great and I somehow score well. Today, the score's not really that great, but at least I'm hitting it good. So I'd rather have it, I'm striking the ball good and the score doesn't quite reflect it. Oh, wrong key. I meant to do the flyover first. Got some clouds coming over. It was a 15% chance rain today. It was pretty nice before, now it's getting a little cloudy. Hopefully I don't have to cut this short. Alright, now we can press J. So pretty substantial dogleg right. We're going to see if we can cut the corner a little bit. May end up in that bunker over there, but yeah, see, like that one, that was a little bit, it was dead center of the face, it was just low, but the club path on that, 0.6 into out, which I think it just has to do with, that's estimated anyways from the Garmin, but I think it's something to do with where the ball maybe is on the tee and the longer club, it thinks it's a slightly different path, or maybe just, I think it's all based on the club speed, ball speed, not that you can get much out of those, but launch angle and launch direction, and then it basically estimates everything else. But kind of strange where I can swing into out with driver, but then 4 and 5 iron are like 10 degrees the other way. Either way, 116 into the bunker, 264 total on that. It's going to come out right. We're going to have to aim here. I think I'm just going to go full approach wedge. 5 to 10% out of this thing, based on the lie, which doesn't seem too bad. Downslope, like the ball's below our feet, but just a little bit of an upslope, which is good. So I think if I hit this halfway decent, full approach wedge, which is usually in the neighborhood of 125, should get us close to where we want. Really toey thin, that's gotta go. One bunker to the other. That was a thin toe pop-up. Making a mess out of this one. Alright. So, third shot on a par 4. You gotta get this inside the inner circle. 27 yards, greenside bunker, 25%, up about 2 yards. At least we're on it up, so it's gonna come out right. So I think 25-ish to 30. 30 is probably a little too much. 25 would probably be a little bit better. Have a little bit of rollout. 60. Man, that was really toey again too, and right. Well, that's gonna be a bogey. Go figure. Wedges have been saving me. They saved me when I came in second on that tournament. I was hitting them really well. Past couple rounds I was hitting them decent. Now, hitting driver all right. Now my irons are back to where I'm hitting them better, which is what I want. But now the wedges are plaguing me. All right, 4 over through 9. 10th hole, par 4, 4, 5, 6. Take a look at this flyover. Pretty narrow, at least at the beginning. Opens up a little bit here. Slight dogleg left. Gonna aim up the left side. 0.84 smash factor on that wedge shot. Hopefully we go from 0.84 to just shy of 1.5 here on a good driver swing. .44. A little bit low, but right down the middle. Take that. Probably should have done this course first when I came out here. I would have been able to swing it a little bit quicker, but I wasn't planning on playing 3 anyways. Leaves us with 191, down about 3 yards, so where's the pin? Kind of in between a 6 and a 7. I guess we'll go 7. This may come up short, but 6, if I'm striking it decent today, 6 would be more in the neighborhood of 200, 205 total, which would put us 10, 15 yards long, and that's without even the 3 yards of downslope. So 8 iron or 7 iron, hopefully we can strike it decent and run it up there, maybe catch the front of the green. Toey again. Man, we got it there, it's just over fading. Alright, we're gonna have a chip. I'm striking it good though. I mean, we got a bounce, but that's a pretty long 7 iron there, 192. Usually I play that to 180, 185. And that was a little bit toey. 13 yards left. At least we're greenside in 2, but would have liked to have been on. 13 yards, a little bit of a downslope, not much right and left, so pretty straight shot. Just gonna carry it about 10 or 11, I think. Let it roll out. Oh, or just thin it. That's gotta sit. I think maybe I need to not do my left elbow extension with the wedges. That may be messing with me. It's working really well for driver and irons, but that's horrendous. Now we got 11 going back the other way. Upslope at least. Alright, 10 yards. That's better. I may need to go a little bit. Alright. A little bit more of a bend in the left elbow. A little bit softer, smoother hands, I think, on those delicate shots. That's unfortunate. I think that was probably a bogey, even though we got inside the inner circle second time around. So 5 over we go through 10. 11th hole, par 3, 152, down 14. That's a good amount. So that brings us to what? 142, 138, I think. I'm gonna go pitch and wedge. Man, I'm striking it good enough too with, besides the wedges, hitting driver enough to keep us in play. Hitting irons really good, kind of better than I expected. It's just wedges. If I can put some of those wedges a little bit closer, we'd be pretty close to even, I think, at this point versus 5 over. All right, pitch and wedge. Came way across that. It's gonna be short right. I could feel it. I came way over the top on that. Something just didn't feel quite right when I lined up to that. I should have backed off it. Alright, 25 over the bunker, up about a yard. A little bit of a downslope. It's gonna come out a little bit right. See if we can land this pretty high and soft right around that 25 number. Alright, that is, what is that? That should have been pretty good. That came out low and left like a shank. That hit that pretty high. That was 1000% a glitch. And we didn't, like, there's no chance that we hit anything. That was strange. I don't know if that was the connector or if that's the R10. I mean, there's no way that carried 15. I hit that, it pushed it a little bit right, but that should have been in the ballpark. And the fact that it came out like a duck hook low and left, that's unfortunate. That's a waste of a stroke, and that would have been decent too. All right, 12 yards. Should be decent. Was that a bogey? Should have been a par. Or even a... If I got that inside the inner circle, would that have been a birdie possibly? It was either... I mean, shoulda, coulda, woulda. But that was definitely a misread. It could have either been a birdie or a par. Either way. Add another stroke to the scorecard. 6 over through 11. 12th hole, par 4, 410. Usually you see those wonky reads after, like, if it's, maybe it's the extra humidity. Usually I see that when like the ground is wet because it had just rained. Sometimes you get some weird no reads or more no reads and some wonky reads when there's moisture, it seems like. And it's pretty dry though, so I don't know what the deal is with that. There was maybe 2 or 3 other weird ones throughout the other ones I did too. There was a weird one with Candyland and Riverwalk. I wasn't really playing, so I wasn't as dialed in of kind of the results on some of those shots, but all right, let's hit a good one. Start up the left, down 7 yards. Oh, come on. I hit that decent too. Definitely way more no reads with driver. That was almost, it literally, over the course of like 2 years, or however long I had a Home Tee Hero, it maybe happened like once or twice. It was always just without grounding the club enough with the short shots, but for whatever reason with the connector and GSPro, way more no reads off the tee like that, and I'm not doing anything different. I'm still hovering the club, doing my same kind of pre-shot routine. All right, see if I can do that again. Club face was more open on that one, but still hit decent. 102, 149, probably going to this bunker. Getting some kind of unfortunate breaks here. Kind of raining on my parade a little bit. Probably end up calling it quits after this round. Still feel good about how I'm striking it, but sometimes the breaks go your way, sometimes they don't. All right, 133, up about a yard. We're in the bunker, which is 5 or 10%. So 10% is going to be 13, 5% is going to be about 6 or 7. So it's either a strong pitching wedge or a choke down 9. Let's try the pitching wedge. Wasn't happy with how I hit that last one, so. Then to win, then to lose, then to hit a 60 degree. Well, all that talk about ball striking is going down the tubes. How can I hit my 5 and 6 more consistent right now than that pitching wedge? All right, leaves us with 16. Gonna come out right on an upslope, which is good. Try to carry this about 15. Soft hands. Pushed it a little bit right, but just outside. Another bogey. Well, wow, look at the water on this one. This should be a cool flyover. Some days the score goes your way, some days they don't. Kind of ambitious playing 3 different ones out here today, but it's unfortunate too because I feel like I'm hitting it halfway decent. Obviously those pitching wedges weren't great, but all in all, I would say at least 75% of my shots been pretty well struck. And the scorecard is just not really reflecting that as of right now. Alright, 13th hole, par 5, 7 over, 532, and we got water all along the right and then up on the left, so we're going to bail out this way. Let's give this one a little bit of a ride. Tried to swing harder. 149, 106. Club speed was up a couple miles an hour, but I mean, not bad. 277. Dead center of the club face. I'll get into that 110 territory eventually. Another 510 degrees warmer back here. First couple swings, first round of the day. May even see 115 eventually, we'll see. Alright, 251, and we got water to get over. I mean, we're not protecting a great score, so I'm going to go left side of the screen and go 3-wood. Let's see if we can get it there. Usually this is closer to a 250 total, but as long as we get over that water, has a chance. Chunked it. It was straight though. That might be wet. Go! Go, go, go! Ooh. Go! Wow. Stay there. It's gonna roll out. Man. I didn't hit that great, but decent result. I think there was... It was either a leaf or a bug. An inchworm that just got exploded on the club face. There's green stuff all over the club face on that. We're gonna have to chip her to give it to us. Are you kidding me? That went in the water? That rolled all the way off? We were on the green. I thought that was gonna stay and we were just gonna have a pretty good score there. That must have rolled. I was looking at the 3-wood. That rolled into the water? That's crazy. Well, went from getting kind of bailed out on a pretty decent, halfway decent at least 3-wood shot to now we're taking a drop and we're hitting 56 yards or 52 yards. We're in the rough. Gonna come out right and we're on a downslope. Alright, this is gonna be interesting. Gonna be a 56. Talk about unfortunate break. Pushed it right. And it's long. We're still gonna have to chip that. Jeez Louise. This is gonna be like a double or a triple. Well, at this point the scorecard's kind of shot, so I just got to try to hit some good shots and be happy with it. There's not... I mean, obviously we can try to limit some damage, but I'm gonna get aggressive, swing at some drivers, kind of go after things. We're already 7 over, so it's a few unfortunate breaks, some bad decisions in there. 7 yards. That was unfortunate with that 3-wood. I can't believe that went in the water. That should be decent. That might go in. Oh! Bogey after all that? Was it like a penalty? Like a free drop type of situation? That was a par 5, I think, but and we were 1 decent drive, 2 3-wood, which was good, drop 3, 4, 5, 6, I guess. Well, kind of the story. 14th hole, par 4, 8 over. Take a look at the flyover. Back still feels good, so see if we can maybe get into the 150s on the ball speed here. I don't think 110's in the cards right now, clubhead speed, but we can get, I think we can get low 150s, at least according to the Garmin. I don't love those trees there, so we'll aim slightly left. Oh, 149.2. That was hit pretty good. Alright. Pretty decent drive, 262. Kind of my average-ish drive when you consider the ones I pop up and the ones that I absolutely pipe. But leaves us with 149 down 8. So we're on a downslope. I'm gonna go pitch and wedge. We'll go choke down 9. The downslope is gonna kill some spin, so it's gonna roll out and it's gonna fly, I think, a little bit longer. We'll probably get the pitch and wedge to the front, but past 2 times I hit that and hit it very good. So let's go choke down 9. Thinned it. Maybe. Nope. Had a chance. Getting a little too aggressive with the swing. Kind of swinging too quick, losing some balance. Got to slow things down just a tad. Another wedge shot. Bunker shot, 13 yards. I do plan on getting into that 150s though, over these next, 15, 16, 17, 18, 4 holes. If I hit 150, at least that'll be somewhat of a success because this round is kind of shot score-wise. Alright. Flop shot out of this bunker. Maybe a little bit long, but that's decent. Yep. Pretty much what I wanted, just flew it a couple yards too much. Another bogey at this point. What's another couple more? If we finish 9 over or 15 over, who cares? 15th hole, par 4, 290. Alright, this would be a good one to creep into those 150s. Not much slope, but if we get a hold of one here, and we get a roll, we could get it maybe to the front side. I mean, 265's right there. We'll see. That is too low on the face. That's going to fade. It's going to be up there, but didn't get a hold of that one. Ball speed dropped off about 6 miles an hour compared to the other one. Man, I wanted that one. That would have been fun to put it on. Alright, another wedge shot. 34 yards. Guess we'll go 60. It's going to come out right. We're on a down slope. That's got to go a little bit, I think. Yep. Right at it. Just too much flop. Realistically, I should have just hit my regular 56 yard or 56 degree 30-yard shot like that. I didn't really have a need to flop it like that, but we got a par. 3 holes left. 16th hole, par 3, 175. Up about a yard. We got water though. Kind of between 8 and a 7, but we'll go 7. I don't know if 8 is gonna get over that water if I don't catch it great. Thinned it and healed it. That's going to be right. Still though, for a miss hit. Unfortunate bounce into the bunker, but sure getting my practice with my wedges today. Another bunker shot, 24 yards. Ooh, we're on a downslope. This is going to be tricky. Going to come out left. Actually, I want to leave it there because I've been pushing them right, so I'm just going to leave it there, and I got to open this thing up. Considering we're on a downslope, I got to hit this pretty high. Somewhere in the neighborhood of 25 to 30. Take that all day long. Where was that the first 16 holes? Alright, 9 over through 16, 17th hole, par 4. Some cool picturesque holes on this course. I mean, look at you got some bulk, oh, that's a shed. I thought that was bulkheads along the water, but wow, look at this. I wonder if the pros will be able to take a more direct line than what I'm going to have to do. That's a crazy pin, a crazy green location with that water almost all the way around it. So we're going to have to, I mean, it's down 14 yards, but obviously we can't go at that. So we're going to have to go here. Yeah, I guess not. I mean, Bryson can hit it a country mile, but he's not getting 426. I know him and like Rory can creep up towards like 380 on some downslope and some roll and stuff like that, but I guess depends where the pins are. Maybe they could cut the corner a little bit and be like 50 yards short of the green over the corner of that water, but I don't foresee them going at this. And I am for sure no Rory or Bryson. Uh-oh, that's right. .149 ball speed though. Club face was just wide open. Kaplunk. Kind of quit on this round. I'm getting sloppy. Still not terrible. It's just now I don't really care what happens as much because the scorecard's kind of shot, but that was a lack of concentration on that one. We should have been able to hit the fairway on that. All right. 186 in the rough, up about a yard. I'm just gonna blast. It's gonna come out downslope, 185 right there. The rough is 6%, so that's like 12 yards. I'm gonna go 6 iron. Well, no read to our benefit there. That may have got over. That was super thin. I swung really hard at it, but that was a thin shot right there, folks. Take 2. Still pretty thin. Came out left. Fading a ton. Stay on the green, and we're gonna have to chip it. This is not, like I said, famous last words, it's not how I anticipated this going, especially how I started it off. Gotta dial back in here for the last one. Kind of unfortunate too, sometimes you get into the mindset here within a few couple holes of just kind of just hitting it without a whole lot of attention behind it, and then sometimes some bad habits can just subconsciously creep in. And I've been striking irons decent, so I'd like to kind of finish it off on a bit of a high note and carry that over into the next round. Gonna be a little bit long. Yikes. Well, another chip. 16. Ironically, I'm not playing very good now these last couple holes, but mindset-wise, that might be, pulled that left, that might be a little long too. Alright, stayed. Bogey maybe? Double? And drop into the water. Mindset-wise, I feel good. Like, the swing still feels like I'm kind of game shaping up into a slightly better place despite the scorecard not reflecting it like I've been saying. So, I mean, a round like this, if I thought I was going to play really well and I would be 11 over, I'd be more down in the dumps, but... Alright, 18th and final hole, 11 over through 17, par 4, 437. We're going to grip it and rip the you-know-what out of it off this last one. Got to straighten out that fade a little bit more, especially with the longer irons. Overdoing it. And the wedges. Alright, I don't love that tree there, so I think we're probably going to have to go up this right, which is possibly bringing into play that right rough, or likely, but we're just going to hit it hard and see what happens. High on the face. I drew it though. Swung it a little bit quicker. 106, but strike location dropped off that ball speed. Not much I can do about it if that driver face does crack, but if you guys have the Sim 2s, I think the Sim is similar. The way they have the faces designed, it almost looks like stress fractures that go across. I think that's just the way the club kind of wears and the way they were made, but there's like lines in some of those higher strikes that don't sound very good. It's almost making me think that another crack is starting to happen, but I guess cross that bridge when I get there and just buy another one if I have to, sooner than later. 184. Well, let's go 7 iron. Hit it decent, fading too much again though. I'm definitely coming across it because of the more fade swing, but it doesn't feel like it. Like 10 degrees is a lot. And I'm starting them. Maybe I'm over exaggerating because it feels like I'm shutting down the club face a little bit and I'm starting them left, but then it's just going further right. Alright, let's put this coast and get out of here with 11 over. 15 yards. Gonna come out left. One good 60 to finish it. Hold it, but should be a decent distance. Alright. Par to finish it off. So, pretty all over the place, pretty ugly scorecard, but despite all that, like I've been saying, swing actually feels decent, so some positive and negatives. Hopefully I can swing it decent next time I come out here and the score will reflect it and have a couple decent rounds. But from River Highlands Country Club within GSPro, aka TPC River Highlands in Cromwell, Connecticut, home of the Travelers Championship going on from June 20th to June 23rd, right when you guys should be seeing this video. Ended up with a 11 over 81. So, I mean, got pretty sloppy. I kind of just quit on it after, I mean, we strung 10 through 14 were all bogeys. I think it was somewhere in there, 13, 14, whatever that was. I kind of just started to say, all right, whatever. But 17 was unfortunate with a double. Besides that, I mean, if we could have snuck in a couple birds and a couple unfortunate with those chip shots, it wouldn't have actually been that bad. Like the front was 39, 42 on the back, and 17 was the really only bad one. That was the one into the water off the tee, I think. But I mean, to keep it to pars and bogeys, if we would have just maybe swapped in a couple pars instead of those bogeys and maybe snuck in a bird or two, we would have had a decent round, which is why, again, felt like I struck it decent enough to score well, but just didn't come together. Take a look at the stats. 8 pars, 9 bogeys, 1 double, nothing besides that. So longest drive 278, average drive 263, average ball speed 146 according to the Garmin. Highest ball speed was 149.98, just shy of 150. 26 putts, 2 sand saves, hour and 12 minutes. Play time, greens and regulation, not very good, 17%. However, fairways, not terrible. Want to be at least, like I always say, 50%, 50 to 75 I aim for. Minimum 50% for fairways and greens regulation, ideally 75 plus. So we were kind of there with fairways. Greens, that's pretty abysmal, 3 out of 18. Handicap for this one, 7.3, which, I mean, obviously would have been significantly worse from the back tees in real life on a course like this. I probably would have shot like 120, so it is what it is. Average handicap in GSPro is still all jacked up. Don't know how to fix that, but it is what it is. Hopefully you guys enjoyed another PGA Tour type of round. Back still feels good. Like, it feels like I could almost play another one, but I can feel if I start collapsing and adding up the score real quick, I would get frustrated. So I'm gonna call it a day, and then got some rain tomorrow and I think the next day, so it's probably gonna be another couple days before I get out here again. But gonna have to get inside and edit a bunch of videos for my upcoming Florida trip, so you guys have stuff to watch while I'm there and I can just enjoy my time playing. Gonna plan on recording a decent amount of the rounds. By the time this one comes out, what I say, June 20th to 23rd, I'll be back from Florida when this comes out, and I'm not sure, I have a bachelor party within like 2 days when I come back, so this may be when I'm at the bachelor party, or maybe even back from that. But gonna hopefully get a few more rounds on camera before I go, do a bunch of editing, get all those up and scheduled for you guys to see. So it is what it is. If you guys made it this far, appreciate you guys watching, appreciate all the support you guys show the channel. Check out those Amazon links below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys at the next course.